because this is a server file, all of our server related functions can just go over here. Like, for example, this login function can just be over here. You can take the types that can be defined locally in this file, and it's pretty cool. So here we're logging the user in by going to the user table in the database and finding the user with the email that's passed into this function, and we'll go ahead and learn how to use it in a bit. But basically, if there is no user, we just return null. Of course, if the password is correct, we'll have to check that. So if the password exists, is correct password, then I await and I say bcrypt.compare password and user.password hash. So I'm going to compare the password that they gave to me to the password.hash, and then if you take a look at my schema, then it'll kind of make much more sense. We've got the password hash here, so this is what we're comparing, this and this. Okay. At least that's what it says in the tutorial that I'm following, because I've never used Remix before in my whole life, so it's kind of what it is. Email. You don't need it. Email's already here, it's coming in. So we return the email and the user ID. If the password is correct. So we look for the user in the user with the email. If the correct password is correct, it's correct, then we can okay. So the password that we are using is going to be, once again, is TwixRocks. Change it later. That's the one that's in the tutorial. And then we can update app roots login to use it. So we could pretty much just use it here. Import login from util session.server, and then go over here in the login part and let's remove the to do and say user equals to await login with email and password, because that's what we had. We had here email and password. We're just going to log the user. Does that work? Wonder if just that works. If I log in as sam@fake.com with TwixRocks, it said not implemented, but did it log it in the server? Where is it running here? It did. So here it is. So it logged in the server. Excelente. Okay. So it did work. Okay. So that's good. If there is no user, then we're going to return bad request, fields error none, fields and form error invalid email or password. If there is a user, we'll have to or I guess this is to do, if there is a user, create their session and redirect to workouts. We'll have to implement that later. This can mean one line. Okay. So it works. That's good. Once again, let's try that again. So I'm going to clear, clear, log in. Why don't I, Twix Rocks? I think that was the password. Twix Rocks, yeah. Submit, and you can see the user there. Okay. Log. Okay, so we put the users as in the session. Remix says that built an abstraction to use the the tutorial I'm reading is saying that help us manage several types of storage mechanisms for sessions. And there's some docs for that available. So we have to write a create user session function. Create user session function. In app-util session.server that accepts the user ID and a route to redirect to, it should do the following: create a new session, set the user ID field on the session, redirect to the given route, setting the set cookie header so that the given route can have access to the login session. If you need a hand, just not have session docs. Okay, so once you have that, you'll want to use it in app login. Okay, so first we have to create the session.server.ts. So we're going to go here and create the file in the session one. So let's import create cookie session storage. It's really cool. Redirect as well, and from remix node. That's right. And let's go towards at the end here. Would probably make sense. Where we're going to say session secret. We'll put it like the tutorial is telling us is process.end.session. Okay. If there is no session secret, then we throw a new error saying session secret, no session secret provided. Okay, now constant storage is create cookie session storage. And in this storage, it's going to store a cookie, and the name of the cookie is going to be RJ session. Let's just call this, what is our name of this called? Remix workouts? Remix workouts session. RJ is remix jokes. That's the tutorial. So we want to say secure. If it's process.m.node, and if it's production true, then it's going to be true. Otherwise, it's false. Secrets is session secret. That's right. Same site is going to be lax. Path is that max age is 60 times 60 times 24 times 30, which is 30 days. HTTP only is going to be true. And then like that, and then that. So that is storage. That's the storage. That's the cookie storage. And then we're going to export async function create user session. Why are we doing that? So it's going to be the user ID, which is string, and the redirect to, which is a string as well. So this is going to create that session using, so session equals to await storage.get session, and then session.set user ID to user ID, and return redirect to headers set cookie. This is where we do the await storage dot commit session. So that's how we set the cookie. Create cookie session storage. This is storage. So over here, the storage is equals to create cookie session storage, which creates an object that has get session. When we use the get session, it gives us a session which we can use to commit into the set cookie, which is basically what we're doing. So here we're creating the user cookie session, the create the user session this way. Okay. And then they want to call out, I want to call out the session secret environment variable I'm using. The value of the secrets option is not the sort of thing that you want in your code because of the baddies could use it for their nefarious purposes, they say. So instead, we're going to read the value from the environment. This means you'll need to set the environment in your end file. Incidentally, Principal loads that file for us automatically. So all we need to do is make sure we set that value when we deploy to prod. Update the end file with a session secret, any value you like. Pineapple. We also have to update the app routes login file. Yeah. So here we're going to import create user session, and then where I had my to do, I'm going to return create user session user.id and redirect to. Now we can finally use that, and I guess I don't need this because we've implemented it now. So we're now going to say that we just create the user session, and let's see if that works. Yikes. Okay, no worries at all. Let's restart. Okay, let's log in. fake Sam at fake. The save in one password is going to be Twix Rocks. Okay, redirected to workouts, and it logged the user. Now, did it set the session? That means we'll have to check it out by going into the application and seeing that we have our session. That session is this value here, which is our session value that we set. That value was set to, it's the cookie value. That's really cool. So we verified that in this situation, we've just created, implemented a storage solution for login, implemented a storage solution, login, cookie storage. How about that? Okay,